In this GCSE Maths revision, we are going to deal with algebra word problems. We are going to solve 5 exam questions, starting with question 1, which is the simplest. Then we move on to more complex questions up to question 5. So let us start with this question 1, where you are told the number is multiplied by 5 and the result is 35. Find the number. The first thing is that we don't know that number, so we can give it an unknown x. Then from there, we are told this number which we don't know is multiplied by 5. So we take 5, we multiply with that number which we don't know, and then the results are 35, like that. So we have now found the algebraic equation, and we can open these brackets. We get 5 multiplied by x is 5x is equals to 35. But you see, we only need x, which is the number we don't know. So to get x, we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of that x, which is 5, like this, and we get our x. So it will be 5 divided by 5 is 1 multiplied by x. It will be x is equals to 35 divided by 5, which is 7. So the number is 7. And if you take 7, you multiply by 5, you will get 35. So can we solve question 2, which is a bit more complex than question 1? This question 2, you are told Tom buys 3 identical books. He pays with a 20 euro note and gets 5 euros exchange. Work out the cost of one book. So from this question 2, the first thing we know is that Tom buys 3 identical books. So the books are 3. Then we don't know the cost of any of the books, so we can give it an unknown x. Then from there, you are told he pays with 20 euro note. So we know he gives out cash. The cash he gives out is 20. And then you are told he gets 5 exchange. So the change he gets is 5. Then from there, we know the cost of one book is x because we don't know, but then the total cost of the 3 books would be 3 multiplied by the cost of one book, which is x, so it will be 3x, like that. So now you see, we have the total cost, which is 3x, and then you are told this Tom gave out cash of 20 euros, but he was given a change of 5. So it means if he was given a change of 5, I subtract 5 here so that I can get the total cost of the 3 books. So from there, we have 3x is equals to 20 minus 5, which is 15. So up to there, the total cost of the 3 books is 15 euros. But you see, we only need the cost of one book. So to get the cost of one book, we need to divide both sides by the coefficient of x, which is 3. And then on this side, 15 also divided by 3, which now becomes 3 divided by 3 is 1 multiplied by x will be x is equals to 15 divided by 3, which is 5 euros. So the cost of one book will be 5 euros. So that's question 2. We can go to question 3, which is more complex than question 1 and 2. So in question 3, you are told Sarah is X years old and brother is 4 years older than her. Together their ages add up to 22 years. Form an equation and solve it to find Sarah's age. So from this question 3, the first thing we know is that Sarah is X years old, so the age of Sarah is X, but the brother of Sarah is 4 years older than Sarah. So if Sarah is X years old and the brother is 4 years older, it means we take the age of Sarah, we add 4 years so that we can get the age of the brother. But then you are told again, their total age is 22 years. So the total age of Sarah and bro is 22 years. So from there, the first thing is to form an equation. Forming the equation, we need to take the range of Sarah, which is 8. We had the range of the brother, which is x plus 4. Then this total will be 22. Yes, how we have formed the equation. Then from there, we can try to solve it and get the range of Sarah. And if we want, we can also get the range of the brother. So from there, we have x plus x, I've opened the brackets here, then plus 4 is equals to 22, like that. Then from there, x plus x is 2x, plus 4 is equals to 22. Then I take this 4 on the other side. Here it was positive. On the other side, it will be negative. So it will be 2x is equals to 22 minus 4. So now it becomes 2x is equals to 18, because 22 minus 4 is 18. Then from there, since I just need x, I divide both sides by 2, like this. So it becomes x is equals to 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So the range of Sarah is 9. Then the range of the brother is range of Sarah, which is 9, plus 4, which now becomes 13. And if you take 13 plus 9, you'll get the total range of 22 years. So that's how we solve that question relating to range. Question 3. Can we try question 4, which is even more complex than all those other questions? In this question 4, you are told the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 48. If the first integer is n, write an expression for the other 2 integers. Then form and solve an equation to find the 3 numbers. So the first thing is to write the expression of the other 2 integers. Before solve that question, I want to first to show you what these integer consecutive numbers means. And let's say I have numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to a number you want. So you see, if I say the first number is 1, to get the second number, I'll have to take the first number, which is 1. I add 1, then I get 2, which is the second number. And to get the third number, I'll need to take the first number, which is 1. I add this 2, then I get 3, which is the third number. If I want to get the fourth number, I'll take 1 plus this 3, and I get 4, which is the fourth number. So, now, following this logic, we were told the first number is n, and they are 3 consecutive numbers. So to get the second number, we need to take the first instance here where we said we take the number, we add 1, so that we can get the second number. So it will be n plus 1, because the number we are given is n. So n plus 1 will give us the second number. Then the third number will be given by this our second instance here, where we said we take the first number which you are given is n, then we add 2, and that becomes the third number. So in this question 3 here, or 4, we are told if the first integer is n, write the expression of the other 2 integers. So the expression of the other 2 integers is n plus 1, then n plus 2. Then B, you are told form and solve an equation to find the 3 numbers. You see these 3 numbers where we have the first number has n, then plus the second number which is n plus 1, then plus the third number which is n plus 2. All of these numbers then give us a total of 48, like that. So we have formed the equation. Now the next step is to solve it. So we have n plus, I open the brackets here and get n plus 1, then again plus n, this one, then plus 2, this one is equals to 48, like this. Then I can group like terms and add them. So I have n plus n plus n will be 3n. Then plus 1 plus 2, which is 3, is equals to 48, like that. So now I have 3n is equals to 48, I take this 3 on the other side, so that here it was positive, on the other side it will be negative. So it becomes 3n is equals to 48 minus 3 is 45. Then to get n, I need to divide both sides by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1 multiplied by n will be n is equals to 45 divided by 3, which is 15. So the first number, which we were given as n, is 15. We said the second number was n plus 1, so it will be 15 plus 1, which is 16. And then the number will be n plus 2, which is 15 plus 2, which is 17. And if you take 15 plus 16 plus 17, it will give you 48, which is the total of the three numbers. So the three numbers are 15, 16, and 17. Let us solve the last question, question 5, which is more complex than all the other four questions. So in this question 5, you are told a rectangle has a width of w centimeters and its length is 3 centimeters more than twice its width. The perimeter is 42 centimeters. Write an expression for the length in terms of w, and then form an equation for the perimeter and solve it to find the width. And one thing we know about perimeter of a rectangle is that is given by P. We had all the sides of the rectangle, and note that a rectangle has two pairs of sides which are equal, like this length and this one are equal, this width and this one are equal. So to get the perimeter P, we have to add the sides, which is L plus L, the two sides which are equal, plus W plus W, the two sides which are equal. So it will be perimeter P is equals to L plus L, which is 2L, then plus W plus W, which is 2W. But you see, 2 is common on here and here. There is common. So I can factor it out and say it's 2 into L plus W. So that when I take 2 multiplied by L, it will be 2L. Then 2 multiplied by W, it will be 2W. And now that we know the formula for perimeter P of a rectangle is 2 into L plus W, we can solve the question. In the question, we are told the length is W centimeters. So the length is W meters. Then the length is 3 centimeters more than twice its width. So twice its width, it means it is 2 multiplied by W, this one, so that it becomes twice the width. But the length is 3 centimeters more than twice the width, and we already know twice the width is 2W. Then we add 3 to get the length. So now we have the width, which is W, and we have the length, which is 2W plus 3 centimeters, like that. But we already know the perimeter P is 42 centimeters, which is equals to twice into length, but we know twice into, we already know the length is 2W plus 3, so it will be 2W plus 3, then plus width, which is W, like that. Then from there, I can say is 42 is equals to, I can open this brackets and say it is twice into, we already have this 2W here, then plus these 3 here, then plus that W there. So it becomes 42 is equals to twice into 2W plus W is 3W, to this plus this, then plus this 3 here. So now it becomes 42 is equals to 2 multiplied by 3W, which is 6W, then plus 2 multiplied by 3, which is 6. And then to get this W, I can take the 6 on the other side. It becomes 42 minus 6 is equals to 6. W, like that. Then from there, 42 minus 6 is 36 is equals to 6. W, like that. So to get the W itself, I can say W is equals to 36 divided by 6, which is 6 centimeters. So that is the length of the rectangle, 6 centimeters, but we know the length is twice and 3 centimeters more than the width. So to get the length, we need to take 2w, but we already now know w is 6 plus 3, which now would be 2 multiplied by 6 is 12 plus 3, which will give us 12 plus 3 is 50. So the length is 15 centimeters, like that. So in here we were told write an expression for the length in terms of w, and we did that. This here length is 2w plus 3 centimeters. That is the expression. Then from there, in question B, we are told form an equation for the perimeter and solve it to find the width. We have done that. We have formed the equation here and solved it together with 6 centimeters. And now that I know I've solved the two questions, but now that I know the width and the length, can I try to add them and see if I get the perimeter, total perimeter, which we were given as 42. So if we say we know a perimeter P is given by twice into length plus width, but I already know the length and the width, so I can say it's twice into length, which is 15, plus width, which is 16. Like that. This is just the same as saying twice into 15 plus twice into 6. This is 6, not 16. 6. So it will be 2 multiplied by 15, which is 30, plus 2 multiplied by 6, which is 12. So it will be 30 plus 12, which is 42 centimeters, the perimeter we were given here, which is 42. So that's it for this lesson. Let us meet in the next lesson where we are going to solve more complex question in a different topic of GCSE.